RFM News for our sponsor Guardia Jewellery, Toronto Town Square and the Esplanade, Warners Bay.
O'clock, good afternoon. I'm Jacinta with 2NURFM Hunter News. Port Stephens Council will begin assessing damage to the town of Hinton today after roads in and around were cleared. All bar 2 roads have been opened as council works to make them safe as possible, while at the same time clearing drains in anticipation of further rainfall later this week. Council's Waste Services Coordinator Aaron Malloy says waste collection is now back to normal.
Waste collection is back to normal, so last week we had to work over the 6 days and the whole run's got all mixed up, so 95% of people got their service last week. The ones that didn't were obviously the people in Hinton and other cut-off areas, but as of this week all collections are back to normal.
Dungog locals who have been left worse off following last week's wild weather will be given an added level of support with the opening of a town recovery centre. The centre will be hosted at the Doug Walters Pavilion on Mackay Street and will see a number of agencies represented, including Disaster Welfare Services, WorkCover, the Red Cross and New South Wales Health. General Manager Craig Deasy says the centre will be open every day until no longer required.
It's 9 till 6, Monday to Friday. And then it will go to the hours of 10 to 4 on Saturday and Sunday. The recovery centre will be there for a period of time. It will be reviewed regularly by the recovery committee as regards to its longevity. However, it will be in our community for a period of time.
Meanwhile, Dungog Shire Council will be offering locals an extra helping hand in the clean-up of last week's storms with a free bulk waste pickup service. The service will be running from today through to Friday, with Council collecting damaged household items, furniture and mattresses. Residents looking to take advantage of this service will need to contact Council on 4995 7740 to register. Wallsend could be about to take another step toward a flood-free future, with Newcastle Council giving the seal of approval for a risk management-focused traffic study in the wake of last week's storm. The research will evaluate recommendations for the removal and replacement of bridge crossings at Nelson and Boscawen Streets under the current floodplain risk management plan to establish the scheme's viability. Councillor Jason Dunn says it will offset a number of existing protection measures.
There's a early warning system which is about to go live, or may actually even be operating now, which local people can sign up to. But there's also been quite a bit of work done further up in the catchment to try and minimise the risk of flooding and the impact of heavy rain. And those works have been undertaken for quite some time and have probably had a significant impact.
Hunter New England Health is temporarily changing locations due to severe storm damage at the Cessnock and East Maitland clinics. Clinics at 58 Stronach Avenue and View Street are closed for assessment and repair, while speech pathology and outpatient services have been relocated to Cessnock Hospital campus. Plans are still being finalised, and Hunter New England Health advises patients with inquiries to call 4931 2000. As the clean-up of Maitland continues, residents are being asked to consider their health when inspecting their flooded home to avoid infection. Residents are being urged to treat all floodwater as contaminated with sewage and to protect themselves from infection by wearing rubber gloves and boots. Council's Development and Environment Manager David Sim says flood-damaged items can be disposed of free of charge.
At the moment, green waste can be taken to the Mount Vincent Waste Management Centre free of charge. Any other flood-damaged product can be also taken there free of charge up till the 6th of May. We would encourage people, if they are going to the facility, it's extremely busy, and we would ask people to be patient.
And in other news, the New South Wales government is still discussing plans for the old Newcastle courthouse, with the new $90 million facility in its final stages of construction. State Attorney General Gabrielle Upton says the new state-of-the-art Hunter Street courthouse is easily accessible and an important addition to the courthouse network. The facility is due to open in October, while the future of the old courthouse remains uncertain. In finance, the All Ords is down 76.5 points at 58.45, and $1 Australian is buying 79.88 US cents.
Sport for our sponsor newcastlecheapestcars.com.au.
Another 4 names have joined the mass exodus of Newcastle Jets players as the club ruffles its ranks for the second time in less than 4 months. Star defender Taylor Regan, midfielder James Vigili, utility Sam Gallagher and trainer goalkeeper John Solari have received their marching orders following a private meeting with coach Phil Stubbins. Alan Welsh and Travis Cooper have also been put in doubt, with no plans to offer the pair contracts at this stage. Regan insists he's still coming to terms with the decision, despite earlier assurances he would have a place in the side. Meanwhile, there's been some good news for rising Jet star Nick Calburn, offered a youth deal after whispers of interest from the Wanderers and Melbourne City. Calburn's departure from the senior side is set to make room for the contractors Scott Neville and Jacob Pepper. And Knights team Sione Matautia has been ruled out of Sunday's City Country contest as he recovers from a knee injury sustained in the side's Anzac Day loss to the Cowboys. That's Sport, I'm Reece Wicks.
2NURFM news time is 2:05.